Some people might ask the question, well, why don't you point out the positives of Black people, Black culture, if you will? We've done some good. We've done some marvelous things in the world. We've made some monumental achievements. Why don't you point that out? The reason why I don't is because next to what we haven't done, it's minuscule. It's nothing. And we can't just make ourselves feel better by pointing out what we did do well, because if you do that, you're basically telling the person who's trying to correct you, I don't want to hear your criticism. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I want you to say things that I want to hear. And when you think that way, you're a loser, because losers think like that. Losers don't want to hear criticism that makes them better, right? So let me give you an analogy. Suppose you took an exam and you got a 30 out of 100 in the exam. And then your teacher comes up to you and says, you did very badly. You got a 30 out of 100. You got an F. You failed the exam. And then you go up to the teacher and say, well, wait a minute. What do you mean I failed the exam? I got 30% correct. And she says, yeah, that you did. It says, no, no, no. But isn't that good enough? Isn't that something? And she says, no, the passing score is a 70. You got well below that. You didn't do well. No, I did. I did point out what I did do well. I did that right, right? I mean, I got those questions right. Yeah, sure you did, but you didn't do good enough. So if you're the student, if the student is essentially saying, I don't want you to criticize me. I don't want you to correct me. I'm happy with the 30%. I don't want to do better than that. Well, the teacher wants to get you up to 70, 80, 90, 100. See, what you're doing when you say point out the good things that Black culture and Black people do, it's equivalent to that. You're basically saying we're good with 30%. We don't want to do higher than that. No, in order for you to do better, you got to look at what you did wrong and focus on correcting those mistakes. But until then, you're going to keep making those bad grades and not go anywhere. You see, Black people have to understand that if you want to succeed, you got to learn how to take correction. You got to learn how to have thick skin and understand that you might be fallible and therefore correctable. But if you do that and you implement a lot of the correction that people give you, you find out that your life gets much better. So that's why I don't want to point out the good that we've done. I know we can do better. And I don't think we should settle for less. I think we have to be hard on ourselves. And me especially. I mean, I'm hard on myself too. You got to learn how to criticize yourself so then you can raise yourself to another level, right? And understand that it's going to be hard. You're going to fail a lot, and you're going to have to persevere in order to succeed. You see, the winners are the ones who stick with it long enough and then succeed. The losers are the ones who quit. So don't quit. Just keep going and things will get much better. And I think we have to have that attitude when it comes to hearing criticism. It's hard to hear criticism. It's hard for people to tell you that you suck at something. But if you want to be a loser, you quit and you quit by saying, I don't want to hear your criticism. I want you to tell me things that I want to hear. If you're a winner, you want to hear that criticism. You listen to them, you take notes, you study it, you obsess over it, and then you figure out ways to silence that criticism so you never have to hear it again. So that's why I think we ought to do this to each other, so then we can grow and we can get better. So that's my explanation.